I just wanted to preface this episode. So, Trixie works for an organization called Rise and Rebuild. They're determined to end poverty. They are currently operating in the Philippines, but I can really see their model being replicated throughout the world. What they are doing is seriously remarkable. They partnered with HXP, which is a humanitarian experience for youth, last summer in building nutrition centers, or basically lunch rooms for students and children who are undernourished and malnourished. I got to go on a trip to the Philippines, and I went as a parent builder with HXP, which I totally recommend. It was an incredible experience. I went with my son, Aaron, who was also featured in an earlier episode of the Sendy Mom podcast. They also build homes and sanitation stations, which are bathrooms, all over the country using cinder blocks instead of the plywood that so often get knocked down by typhoons that come at least a couple of times a month. The children in this country have very little in the way of material possessions. So Rise and Rebuild and Trixie believe that to solve the poverty problem, children need to eat. Then they need to be educated. They can't really be educated until their stomachs are full. Because of the good works that they've done, 7,000 children are able to eat at least one nutritious meal every day. After my interview with Trixie, we had another little conversation, and I asked her what she thought would be really helpful for the children over there that she's serving. And she said, they have so little money to buy clothes, and it would be so nice to be able to give them some new clothes or shoes for Christmas. So Sendy Mom reached out to Rise and Rebuild, and they have very generously offered to fund the shipping costs for donations. We are going to be collecting donations of children's clothing, and shoes, and these can be clean and used or brand new, along with new underwear and new socks for the children in the Philippines. We are also collecting money that will be used to purchase these items. So all the items need to be brought or sent to me no later than Friday, October 31st, 2025. I will also include an Amazon link in the show notes to items that you can have shipped to me. You could also send a cash donation by way of Venmo at Becky_Brower, and Brower is Brouwer. We hope some of these 7,000 children will feel the love of brothers and sisters across the world who truly care about the difficulties that they are facing, and that they can feel really cool in their new clothes. Enjoy my chat with Trixie Espinosa. She is seriously one Sendy woman.
We are feeding 7,000 children every day. The children I once was, so it's amazing to be able to do that. I oversee 3 farms. We grow vegetables and we deliver this to schools and barangays. So our volunteers can cook for the children. 7,000 every day.
I'm Becky Brower, and I'm a Sendy Mom. Welcome to the Sendy Mom podcast. Welcome to the Sendy Mom podcast. I am so excited to be here with my friend Trixie Espinosa, who is all the way from the Philippines. And whereabouts in the Philippines are you right now?
I am somewhere in the middle of the Philippines. It's about an hour away from the capital of the Philippines.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Pampanga. It's called Pampanga.
Pampanga. Very nice. Yeah. And I met Trixie this last summer when I was doing a humanitarian trip with HXP, which is Humanitarian Experience. And I was a parent builder with my son, Aaron, who was there with a bunch of other, 16, 17, 18-year-olds that were helping to build a nutrition center. And I'll let Trixie kind of explain what that is. But it was a really cool experience. And I got to know Trixie and her husband, Richard, a little bit, and kind of their project. So they work for a project called Rise and Rebuild, which I'm interested in, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. But on the podcast, we're generally interested in the people, and I am really excited for you to get to know Trixie a little bit better, and I'm excited to get to know her a little bit better as we kind of talk about what it's like to grow up in the Philippines and to live in the Philippines and to raise children that are taking risks and doing things that are hard, because it's a very different life than what what I'm used to here in America. Tell me a little bit about your growing up experience, the family that you grew up in, your siblings, and maybe some of the things that you learned as a child that were important to your family.
Okay. Oh, first of all, thank you for having me, Becky. This is quite new to me, and I am grateful for the opportunity to be introduced to your friends and to your community. Thank you so much. Yes, I am a little bit hesitant to tell you my stories, but I think there's something that is very interesting for you to know and your friends and your community. I grew up in Masbate. I was born there. I grew up there during my toddler times and elementary days. We stayed there. In that area, it's a small village. It's called Masbate, where life was very simple. People lived with so little. It's typical for Filipino families. But there was strength in that simplicity. We were 8 in the family. I have 5 siblings. Yes, I am the youngest. Um, I wasn't able to experience or stay with my 3 other sisters. When I was growing, they already left the house. Yes, they left because they needed to. They became what we call here as working students. They became housemaids, the 3 of them, so that they could earn a little bit of money and send themselves to school.
How old were they when they started doing that?
They were very young, 15, 16.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, so, hearing their stories, right after they have finished college, and then when they were starting to work for their families, it was my time to go to college, right? And I had a different experience. It wasn't easy as well, but I have harbored strength from their experiences. They told me stories I can't imagine they have experienced. So those stories they've told me made me think that if they can do it, I can do it too. If they were able to finish college and they were able to survive, then I can do it too. So I think I can call my 3 sisters my heroes. Yeah.
There's so much that has to do with having that example, right? To look forward to, so that you can kind of emulate that. So all 3 of them earned enough money to be able to send themselves to school then.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So
I imagine that's not typical in the Philippines.
Well, it is. It is. In our area, well, at least in my area, the young ones who really want to pursue education, they have to go to some places where they could earn money, and so they can send their themselves to school. Because if you just stay in that place, there's no opportunity, zero opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
what was so it sounds like were your parents very encouraged you to get education?
well, because my mom was a school teacher, but a school teacher in the Philippines during those times receive a little bit of, I mean, just small amount of
A
salary.
wage. Mm,
Yes. And my father works in a mining company. It's a dirty, I mean, how do I say it? It's a lowly job as well.
yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
we grew up without the gospel. We don't go to church. So, my mom and dad, they have been influenced by their group of friends. So they gamble, they drink, right? And
Oh. Mhm.
imagine a life where you have parents who gamble and drink. So you come home from school without any food, right? Without
Mhm.
nothing. I mean, you have to survive. You go to your friend's house hoping that they have some food left so you can ask for it, or go out and find some uh okay, it's a Tagalog word. It's called ligaw na gulay, or so if you go up to the mountains, you'll find something to eat, right?
Mm.
How do you say it in English?
Like in the forest or something? Did you
Yeah,
forage in the
it's
forest? Okay.
forage. That's right. Yes. So
Okay.
find something there. If it needs to be cooked, we come home and we cook it. But if not, we find
Mm.
some fruits. Uh, those kind of food we just eat, and enjoy.
Wow.
That's how
Yeah.
we survive. Yes. Yeah.
That's
So
amazing. And
it.
there's a lot of people in the Philippines that live that way still, right?
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it continued on until maybe before my marriage life. I mean, we still do it. I mean, until
Yeah.
now, if I want to, I can still do it, right? If
Wow.
Mhm.
So did you
Yeah,
learn like about the plants, like what was edible, what was good to eat, and
yeah, mm,
okay. Did you
definitely,
hunt
definitely.
things? Like did you hunt birds
Yes,
or
yes,
okay.
birds and frogs and crickets. We eat those.
Really?
Yes,
How did you find them and how did you like catch
there's
them
there,
or whatever?
yes, there's a way. There's a way. So what we do, we find a really long stick. We have to dip a cloth into the vinegar and
Okay.
attach it into the tip of that stick, and the crickets will come to you, and you'll be able to catch them. Yes,
You catch them. Okay. And then do you eat them
by hand.
live
Yes.
by hand and you just eat them or do you
Oh well, no, not really. Those
okay.
stuff we need to cook.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So do you boil them? Do you like
Yes.
fry them?
Uh,
Okay.
yes. First, we remove the parts that are not edible. Like
Okay.
yes, yes, and then we fry them. It's the
Okay.
best.
Huh.
Yes.
Fried crickets.
Yeah.
Never tried that. Well, okay. And I remember when I was there seeing people selling frogs quite often too in the
Yes, yes,
market. So you
and
eat those too.
yes, yes, we do. They taste like chicken.
That's what they usually say, right? I
Yeah.
guess so. I mean, and it's just what you get used to eating and it's possible. One of the things that I found too while I was there was we built this nutrition center out of cinder blocks. And I want you to tell a little bit about how Rise and Rebuild got started with the cinder block factory and
Yeah.
things like that. But I thought it was really fascinating that you can actually build a structure without an engineer, without a contractor, without a construction
Yes,
license. You basically just take those cinder blocks, you set them in the ground, and then you
that's
put
right.
cement around them, and you can make a structure. And
Yes.
that's what you do in the Philippines. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Right.
that's pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about your education and like what did you study and how did you meet your husband?
Okay. Yeah. So, I took up accountancy in the university where we moved after Masbate. It's my mom's place. It's where my mom grew up. I studied there. I finished accounting, and then I started working in a bank. And then, yes, uh, I experienced for the first time wearing nice shoes, nice uniform. Yeah, and looking like a human being. Yeah. Well, because I have experienced growing up without shampoo, without soap.
Wow.
What you've seen, what kind of children you've seen when you were in the Philippines. I'm one of them. I mean, I have. It's like, I mean, those experiences I also experienced, so I
Yeah.
know. Um, I mean, I can
Did you
empathize.
know that you were lacking at the time? Did you know that
Yeah.
you didn't have as much as others?
Well, I especially feel that there's something lacking when I see some people enjoying some blessings that we don't have. But I didn't really complain that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Was there something when you were younger that you really wanted that you couldn't have?
yeah. I wanted a really nice home because we live in a square box type of home. When there's no room, the comfort room is outside the house. No water. We have to fetch water from the outside pump, a water pump. It's called a deep well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really wanted a nice home where there's no dust, right? I hate dust. I hate
Yeah.
dirt. Well, yeah, it's quite an experience I had when I was growing up. And I met Richard, my husband, my wonderful husband, at the institute. So
Oh,
he was one of my classmates in Book of Mormon and other subjects we studied back then.
okay.
Ooh, 20, 30 years ago.
So, how did you end up joining the church?
Oh yeah. So when we moved to my mom's area, uh, my father met two missionaries. While he was drinking and all those activities he was doing when my
Mhm.
father was young. So it took the missionaries. I mean, they I think three uh, companionship before my father accepted the gospel and
Okay.
but yes. So I joined the church when I was 9 years old.
Okay. All
Yes.
right. So
So I
most
was,
of
yeah.
your like teenage years and a lot of your childhood, you were a member and enjoyed being with the other kids at the church and everything.
Yeah. Well, again, uh, well, my mother did not agree about joining the church,
Okay.
so she did not stop smoking and gambling. So I didn't really have a mom that I could talk to or go to when I have um, problems. So
Mm-hmm.
in the church, I found a family. They were wonderful. I have my primary teacher who would always remember my birthday, and yeah, and
It's so important to have like some adults on your side. Like as a child, you need
yeah,
some adults that are going to support you and that you feel true like love for, and that you feel that love from them. That must
yeah,
have been really hard with your mom to feel like you couldn't really talk to her and
yeah,
w- was she with her friends a lot then, and she
mm,
just didn't. Okay,
yeah,
didn't spend a lot of time with you. That is
yeah,
really tough. And especially with, you said there's five siblings. So there were six children. Is that right?
yes,
Is that what
yes.
you
I
said?
have two
Yeah.
other, yeah, older brothers and three sisters. But my mom, they were married, so they were not at home anymore. So there's no
Okay.
one to come home to, right?
You were just by yourself. That must have
Mm-hmm.
been really hard.
Well, yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, um, but in the church, I mean, the church has become my, uh,
Family.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's yeah. That was when I realized that they were saying, right, in the church, they were saying that uh, God will not leave you comfortless. So
Yeah.
I just realized that Heavenly Father brought me in the church to find this comfort, to find this refuge. So I think if not for the church, I may be a different person today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and absolutely. And I've lived a couple of different places in the world, and and far away from my family, and I felt the same kind of familial feeling within the church. That you
That's right.
rely upon each other. It's really important to have that community where you feel safe and that you feel loved and accepted and everything too. So I can totally understand that. So you had to like build up some resilience on your own. Then it sounds like that you gained a lot from those sisters. So those sisters were kind of like your parents as far as
Yes.
setting that example and helping you. Did they end up joining the church as well?
My sisters? Oh no, not really. They married Catholic
Okay.
husbands, and yeah,
But
yeah,
spiritual anyway,
yeah.
and loving and being and Christian and
Loving it.
teaching. Yeah, that's
Yes,
well, and those, and that's a really important bond to have with your sisters. I think that probably
yeah,
helped you to discover your path too and where you wanted to go. So, okay, so you became an accountant, and then tell me a little bit about your husband. I mean, I heard a little bit of his story, and it would be nice if you share a little bit about that.
yeah. Well, Richard, when I met him, he was in his first year college, and then I heard that he stopped going to school, because of the same reasons. Uh, Youth don't go to school anymore. My husband's experience is a lot worse than mine. So he lost two brothers when they were young because they didn't have parents to take care of them. Um, and he also became a working student. And then when he was 19 years old, he came to me crying and telling me that her girlfriend just broke up with him because the mom said, uh, well, he was belittled. In short, he was belittled, and the mom said that that guy cannot give you anything. He doesn't have anything, right? So
Mm.
there's no beauty in him. He has nothing, zero. So now when he
And
came
you
to
were
me,
just friends at this
we were
point? Is
just
that why he
friends.
came to you? Okay.
We were just
Hmm.
friends. So I made him feel that it's not the end of the world. We became friends. We talk about life. Um, there were times that uh, we need to feed him, because he's hungry, so
Yeah.
those things. And we made sure that he has a friend in me. So, and then
Mm.
things became more serious. And then he said he likes me a lot. And so I thought, okay, let's see. I think what I saw in him is the potential that he can become somebody if he's nurtured and he's given the chance. Uh, just like the other young ones that were given the chance. So yeah, and then I think he finished. Yeah, he finished university when I was about to give birth to my second daughter. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
woke up this stage pregnant.
I love that. Well, and the thing is like that is really the truth is like it's the potential that we look for, and if you see that potential and you build that into the person, they often reach for that because you see
Yeah,
it in them. And I think that that's the truth with children as well, with your own children. As you continue to
yeah,
tell them, this is what I see you as, they're going to try to measure up to who that person is, as long as you really maintain a really loving relationship with them and are able to accept them for who they are, and then push them just a little bit to, reach that potential that that they have. So tell me about your children then. So how many children do you have, and
Yeah.
what do they?
We have three, two girls and one boy.
Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
Uh,
And are they all out of the house now?
yes.
Would you say?
Yeah. My
Okay.
eldest is already married. She's 25. And second daughter is 22, studying culinary arts,
Mhm.
and my youngest is studying fine arts. So
Okay.
we're now empty nesters. So
Wow.
we
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
How does
it's
that change your life? I'm almost
yeah,
there. I've got two left at home, so we're getting
wow.
there.
Yeah, I feel I think acceptance I haven't really accepted. So I go to my son like every week. I visit him, and yeah, I stay overnight, sometimes 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
And also with my daughter, I tell her to come home. Come home whenever you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's very quiet at home right now, and but um, whenever I think of being free, I will tell myself, "Oh, I'm free today. I have nothing to do, or I can do anything I want today because my kids are, living their own lives already." So
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes it
Yeah. And
feels good. Sometimes I feel lonely. Yeah.
a little lonely. Yeah. And
Mhm.
I've kind of run into that too. So what is it that you spend your time doing?
Oh well, yeah. I am now giving my job more time compared when my kids were at home. We are feeding 7,000 children every day.
That's
Uh,
amazing.
you know, the children I once was. I mean, yeah. So it's amazing to be able to do that. I oversee 3 farms. We grow vegetables and we deliver this to schools and barangays. So
Mhm.
our volunteers can cook for the children. Seven
Wow.
thousand every day. It's a hard job. That's not easy.
No, and it's beautiful because it's, you began this journey from a place of understanding of
Yeah.
this is where I was, and now I'm going to be able to give this opportunity to these children that I wasn't able to have, right? So tell me a little bit about how Rise and Rebel got started and where it's going.
Yeah. So it started when the founder, um, we call him President Goodson because he was once a mission president, the first ever mission president in the Philippines. So he visited
Mhm.
the country when the Typhoon Haiyan destroyed a lot of homes in Leyte. And so they decided to rebuild homes there, thousands of homes. Yeah, and this idea came when one of their friends suggested that these homes that we are building right now, made of plyboard, made of wood, made of light materials, can also be damaged by the next typhoon coming. Because in the Philippines, we get lots of typhoons. Yeah, every month. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a common thing. So one of their friends decided to purchase a machine that can make bricks. So that's
Okay.
how the bricks started, and they started building homes using bricks in Leyte.
Ah,
Thousands of homes were built there, made of
okay.
bricks. Yeah, and
Wow.
we realized that we can also use these bricks to build some more projects to help these children. So we were able to rebuild homes in Leyte, and then afterwards we built comfort rooms. Any projects that we see is needed in the community, we plan and make sure that it's implemented, it's built. So right now, 2 projects we built when you were here in the Philippines. It's almost finished. It'll be finished by next week. We're going to do turnover where we will invite the mayor and the governor and be able to thank HXP. You're one of them. So,
Yay. I,
yeah.
I, I was pouring that cement and mixing it
Yes,
up.
you were. Yes, so
Very good.
we're gonna send you photos and the news about the event for sure.
That's great. No, that was great. It was a really, really neat project to be involved with, and part of the thing that was the most fulfilling was being able to interact with the kids that were going to be using that facility. One of my
Yes.
favorite parts too was actually going out and seeing what you were doing within the community. We went to the one barangay and watched as the volunteers made food for the children that was grown on the farm, that was healthy food, and being able to be there with those kids as they were being able to get the food that they needed. So, how do you determine who qualifies for the program?
Yeah, so the government has list, but it's quite not complete. I mean, they would just uh include names, um but not all the names, just so they would be deemed fine. I mean, not a big issue in the community, right? So if we go there, we see it for ourselves, we check their weight, we go visit their homes, and we see the need, we add them in our list. So from 20, it becomes 100, becomes
Yeah,
more than
there's
a
more
100.
people that need help than they're
Yes,
actually reporting, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
right.
Mm. Yeah, and so and then those kids qualified for the program, and then
Yes,
they just know that they can come and get food at
yes,
lunchtime, right? It's just one
that,
meal that you provide.
yes, that's
Yes.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a big help for the children, because a lot of children would come to school hungry, or would
Mm-hmm.
not come to school because they're hungry. So
Mm-hmm.
the attendance of schools of children going to schools has increased. So it's one of the impact we're grateful to know.
Yeah, and I mean that makes sense, right? If you're hungry, if you can't eat, you can't learn. You need to be able to
Yeah,
have your stomach filled to be able to fill your brain. So
that's correct. Yeah, it was
got to
hard for
start.
me too. I mean, I was studying. I mean,
Hmm.
I remember fainting for a couple of times when I was
Wow.
in my elementary and high school days, because I walked 4 kilometers back and forth with empty stomach. That's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Would you say that was probably the biggest um, uh, problem that you had growing up was just being
Yeah,
hungry?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like my husband, but my husband was hungrier.
Hungrier. Yeah, that's right. Because he baked in the marketplace and
Back in
everything,
the
didn't he?
market, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
so hard. Yep.
Sometimes not beg,
Um, mhm.
sometimes steal.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah,
what do you think that, I mean, you're doing a small part of feeding that's not a small part. Feeding 7,000 children every single day is a huge part. Do you think that what you are doing with Rise and Rebuild can be expanded and,
oh,
to help others?
definitely, definitely.
We're about halfway through the episode of the Sendy Mom podcast. Our mission at Sendy Mom is to build, lift, encourage, persuade, and inspire women to live fearlessly. This is seriously my passion. I hope you feel that from this interview with Trixie Espinosa and with every interview. My guests and their friends and family have really enjoyed having the recordings to keep as a family record. They really aren't easy to put together, but it has been a great joy to me, and I have loved getting to know some incredible people. Help me put more positive messages and energy into the world by sharing this episode, reviewing it, and liking it. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and online at sendymom.com. There is way too much negative energy out there. Let's do more to encourage and inspire. I have an incredible lineup of women who will be aired in the next few months. Please keep coming back to hear more stories of courage and triumph. To receive an update every time a new episode is added and for special bonus content, you can also subscribe at sendymom.com. In addition, the next 100 subscribers will receive an official Sendy Mom vinyl sticker. So tell your friends. Having Sendy Mom tea parties has been so much fun. I think they can help to really overcome the mental health crisis that's in the world. Women really need other women, so start talking, be honest. Comparison can be the thief of joy, but it can also help you realize that you are normal. We all have struggles. The more we feel comfortable talking to each other, the closer we can become to each other, and the more beauty that we can see in every soul. Our next Sendy Mom Tea Party is going to be on Friday, November 7th at 9 a.m. at my house. Let me know if you need my address, and I'll also include in the show notes for our big project that we are doing right now, our clothing drive for the Philippines. If you're feeling Sendy and want to host a tea party at your house, be sure to let me know, and I'll put it out there for others to join in as well. Don't you love getting to know Trixie? She has a beautiful spirit and a desire to make the world better around her. She is so much like most women I have met throughout the world. If we keep talking, we realize we're really not that much different from each other. So let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to donate to the clothing drive that we're doing for the Philippines. Be sure and bring any donations to my house, or you can ship them to me, or you can send me money on Venmo, or you can look at our Amazon wish list and order something from there and have it delivered here. And I will put all those links in the show notes. And please help us join in helping 7,000 children or more to feel loved this Christmas season by giving new or slightly used clean clothing and new underwear and new socks and shoes to this great project. Now enjoy the rest of my interview with Trixie Espinosa.
Yeah, when we started the awareness of the community about what we do, so the government has supported us. Right now, we are about to receive land donations and other resources that we can use because they love the program that we have started. So it's definitely gonna expand.
That's
Definitely.
really exciting. And okay, this is the other thing that you told me about too, that
Mhm.
it's not just the food. You also go in and teach the parents how
Yeah,
to like teach them about nutrition and what other kinds of
that's
things
right.
too.
Yeah, because the feeding lasts for 100 days. That's about 5 months, and
Okay.
after that, when the children's weight has gone to normal, then we have to stop feeding them and then find other children again. So we want it to be sustainable. That's why we teach the mothers so they can continue cooking these meals that we have taught them to cook and prepare.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the yeah, affordable, affordable. I mean, we have created menus that they can afford and continue to cook at home.
Wow.
Because if
Okay.
not, they're, these children will just what we call have a yo-yo experience. They will go back to being malnourished or underweight again if it's not. I mean, if the parents would not continue cooking for them at home.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and your success rate is pretty good though with children gaining their weight back, right?
yep,
Yeah.
80%.
That's amazing. That is really amazing. Now, how do you make sure that the food is healthy for them? You mentioned you have 3 farms. Is that what you said that
That's
you
right.
work
Yeah,
on?
3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you have people that are working on those farms. So what I understand about the Philippines, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but but the water is not particularly good. It's a little bit dangerous. What's in the
That's right.
water?
That's right.
So how
Yeah.
do you keep it safe so that the food that is actually is edible, is good for the,
Oh
people
yeah.
who eat it?
So we train our volunteers, our volunteer cooks. If they don't have purified water, they have to boil it. Boil the water.
Okay.
Yeah. so the children can drink clean water. I think that one of the biggest problem we have is that children cannot access to clean water. So we also teach personal hygiene, and to the parents. We have 12 health lessons. We teach the parents, and um, we've come up with those lessons because we've first observed, and we saw what they need, and so we've come up with a modular 12 lessons, 12 health lessons. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to boil it for 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes to water.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, to get all the parasites out and everything. And as far as like
parasites.
what you water your fields with, it's okay because you're cooking all of the vegetables and things like that.
Yes,
So it kind of gets
yes,
any
yeah.
of the parasites out.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, keeps them safe. But yeah, no, I mean, I think we had rice and green beans and, really healthy kinds of things when we were helping to serve these kids. And what a great lesson to be able to go into the homes and actually teach the parents how to take care of their children. It's not just the nutrition necessarily either. It's about caring about these children and
That's
keeping
right.
the children at home and helping them and taking some pride in being a parent, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're definitely wow. You, Becky, you can work with us.
I would love to. Oh my goodness. I love working with you guys. So I know when I met you, Trixie, I just felt like we were sisters. So I
Me
was like,
too. Me too. Yeah.
yeah,
I'd
and
love to have a blonde sister.
yes, it's interesting how you could live, thousands of miles away from somebody, and yet grow up in completely different cultures, and yet we're still sisters.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We have the same desires for our families and for our children and for our and same things that we want for ourselves. Okay, let me just go back just a little bit. And I am curious if there is anything in your life that you're really proud of, something that other than Rise and Rebel, because we've kind of been through all of that. But think
Yeah.
back to kind of when you were a teenager and something that maybe you did as in high school or something that you were really proud of that you felt like you succeeded at.
Um, I think I remember when I was growing up in the place where we live. There's what we call the NPA.
Okay.
It's an armed anti-government group where they come to your
Wow.
house and they just get whatever they want, and they could kill you too. And yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
those kinds of experience, and all other hardships I went through, uh, overcoming those, uh, yeah, made me
Do you
feel
have
that.
some trauma from that? I mean, does that come back to your mind? And
Of course, yeah, of course.
yeah,
So I think those experiences made me brave. I mean, made me learn that, uh, yeah, I can survive those kinds of experience.
yeah, and you could and become still reach your potential. I mean, in
Yeah.
spite of, so were you? I mean, did they come to your home? The NPA? Had they
Yes.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me what that was like. I need to hear this story.
Yeah. Well, um, so they come to people's homes to take food and threaten families. You know,
Mm,
I still remember my father saying, um, "If we stay, we might get killed, or I become a killer." That's what I heard from my father when I was young. So I think that's one of the reason why we moved to a different place where my mom grew up. So that experience really taught me. I mean, my early life, early childhood, it carried real risk, right? I mean, it's
mhm.
mm, sometimes, yeah, the bravest thing you can do is to just leave, right, and
Yeah,
stay away from
yeah.
that. And because so those experiences taught me to become more cautious. So I'm really careful today. I mean, I have the
Mhm.
trauma, so I if I go out by myself, I would think of those experiences I had in the past. I I am very vigilant. I am very aware of my surroundings. I think that helped me become like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And as it does, I mean, the experiences that we have, teach us, if the world is safe. And if you grow up in an environment where you have that tested and you're not safe, then you're going to learn to be a little bit more cautious about things. And,
Yeah.
and being Sendy does not mean that you throw caution to the wind. You don't, you're still, you can be cautious while still taking some risks. I you were mission presidents for a little while. Is that right?
Yeah,
What
for
was that
3 years.
like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't. I it never came to my mind that I can be called, or my husband and I can be called mission presidents. In my mind, in my understanding, they only call mission leaders who are wealthy and capable and influential. So that kind of perception changed when we were called. I said, really, right? And I realized that Heavenly Father would just call you if you have the desire to serve. We were able to oversee more than 500 missionaries from all, different races: Filipinos, Americans, Japanese, Koreans. Uh, yeah, it was an amazing experience. I wanted to have a big family, right? Where I can say I have lots of children, I have lots of grandchildren. Going to the mission, finishing mission, gave me that dream. It's a dream come true. Now I have like family everywhere I go.
500 children,
Yes.
500 young men and women.
Yes,
That's
right.
pretty
And
good.
now some of them are married and they have their kids. So we also have grandchildren from them.
That's amazing. Which
Yeah.
mission was it? It was in the Philippines, right?
Yes, right. Urdaneta mission. Yes.
Urdaneta. Okay. That's where and that was they have a
The
temple
temple
there,
where you
right?
visited. Yes.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And so, yeah, and did you have children during that time that were living at home? Was your son still at home and your daughters?
Yes. Yeah, my two kids, they were with us
Uh-huh.
during those times.
What did you find was the most challenging part about having all those missionaries to take care of?
Oh yeah, because they're really young. They're a bunch of 18 year olds. So I think they needed care, right? And the most challenging is I just cannot divide myself into five, into 10, when all of them would need me all at the same time. So that was challenging. I had to find a way where I could reach out to them. So
Mm.
but we were able to do it the best way we can. So it was okay. I mean, things were rough. Also, when there are missionaries who are sick, and the parents would think that, um, um, I mean, they don't have confidence in us that we would be able to
Mm.
take care of them. I think that one is uh, one of the most challenging experience we
Okay.
had. Yeah, but
So
but uh,
dealing with the parents was kind of
dealing with the
was the
parents,
trickiest thing.
yes, because some parents are very protective of their kids, so
Yeah.
we just have to let them know that the mission is the safest place.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
they're
so
taken care of and that you have all the
they
systems down and to
yeah,
trust. Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
think that that's
I just can't blame this dear parents, because maybe if I become one and my son goes to the mission, I would feel the same way. I would,
yeah.
if I could call the mission president, I would call him every day.
It's the truth. And I know that missionaries they like to complain to their parents about things
Oh yeah,
sometimes to
yeah,
get that attention, right? And so
yeah.
then and it gets the parents even more riled up. I remember because my son served in the Philippines. I don't know if you remember that, and
Oh, yes, right.
he was Bacolod and
You call it.
Dumaguete mission when they changed it to Dumaguete. And I remember him telling me that he was having he was getting bit by mosquitoes like all the time. And I said, isn't there a place you could get like a mosquito net? And he's like, no, I don't know where. My companion's not helpful, whatever. And so I did. I emailed the mission president. I'm like, where can
You
he buy?
did.
Yes, I did. It's like, where can he buy a mosquito net? He needs to buy a mosquito net because
Yeah.
I don't want him to get dengue fever or something like
Yes,
that.
yes,
You know,
yes.
'cause that's real. And
Yeah.
so, I think that sort of thing, of course, come to find out, of course, it's a 10-minute walk to go buy a little,
Mhm.
it was fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, those kinds of issues we need to address, during our mission life. Uh, so imagine if you have about 200 every 6 months. It's not easy, right? I mean, you have to teach everyone about
Yeah.
how they would survive in the Philippines. So it's not
Right.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and we have
Well,
a lot of,
yeah, and then you've got lots of people from like Papua New Guinea that are coming in too from a completely
that's right.
different
Yeah,
socioeconomic situation than America and then the Philippines too,
that's
and
right.
getting companions to get along with each other and things like that can be kind of
Oh,
challenging.
yes. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one thing that is really easy to do is to help them come closer to our Savior. I think that's my most favorite thing to do. I mean, it's easy, and everyone loves the Savior, so it's a common thing we have. So I took
Mm,
advantage of that, yeah, and it always is. In any issue that we face, we think that it's gonna be okay because we have the Savior, and we are all here because we want to be better people, better persons, and yeah, I think
mm,
that's the most exciting part. You teach these young ones to come closer to our Savior Jesus Christ, and all
mm.
other issues, all other problems are solved. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's absolutely true. You find that commonality and really it is. That's the Savior binds us and that's what brings us. That reminds us of, that love reminds us what we should be doing with other people, like loving other people. And that's going to kind of, yeah, Jesus Christ is kind of the answer to everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and love is the answer. So,
That's
yeah.
right. Any hardships you will experience in the Philippines, because for sure you will. We tell this
Mhm.
missionaries, we sure you will. There's dengue. There is leptospirosis. There's a lot of flooding in the Philippines, and these kinds of worries. I mean, this worries the parents for sure,
Yeah.
and the kind of food they're gonna eat. It's all new to them. I remember I had a lot of American missionaries who are sick in the stomach every day. Yeah, because of the food. Yeah, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Mm.
toenail problems and allergy problems, mosquitoes and dog bites and oh yeah, it's a lot,
That is
but
a
yeah,
lot.
we survived. But today, when we are to reminisce the past, and tell our stories, it's kind of fun. It's something to um, enjoy. I mean, the experiences
Yeah.
we had. Yeah,
Well, and the thing is, and I think what you've kind of touched on is that the experiences that we have, we live through them, and we learn from. If we learn from them, if we don't just sit down and cry and we move through, we realize we can do hard things, and we just keep trying to do those hard things, and that's what builds us and makes us better people. Is being able to take the hard
yeah,
things
that's right.
and try to become a better person. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I love
after
that
the mission,
lesson.
after realizing that, oh wow, I can help feed 7,000 children. And that made me realize that I can do anything hard. I mean, I can
Yeah.
do almost anything. Give me some more hard things and I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when did they put you in charge of the Rise and Rebuild? Because you're the managers, right? The managing
Yeah.
directors or
Well,
Mhm.
yes. I actually became the vice president. Ooh, can you
Okay.
imagine that? Ooh,
Look at
yeah.
that. Going from like having no food as a young child to being the vice president of a company that is feeding 7,000 children every single day. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that also did not come to my mind. I mean, I didn't expect this, but all these hardships that I have experienced, I think what I have realized that, you just do your best. And yeah, it's the most quoted phrase. You just do your best and God will do the rest. So he's put me into this position because I think because I was able to do hard things.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were willing. Sometimes God just wants somebody who's willing and then he's going to use you, that's
That's
part
right.
of being an instrument in his hands we just put ourselves there and then we let him do make something of us. So I think that's really beautiful. Have you been able to use your accountancy degree? Do you do a lot of financial things for the
Oh
company?
yes, yes. I do financial planning, budget planning, a year by
Okay.
year. So, mhm,
That's amazing. We prepare
yeah,
ourselves and then we're able to be used in lots of different ways. So, which
that's
you
right.
certainly have been. I have some rapid fire questions for you, and
Okay,
we'll just kind of go through those and see
okay.
what we get from there. So, what has brought you joy in the last 24 hours?
Ooh, okay. Mm, I think coming here, preparing what I'm going to share to you has brought me joy. Yeah,
Oh, good.
because it made me remember all the things that happened last week, last month, last year, and it made me really happy. I uh, um, made me made me realize that I did a lot of good things, and that brought me joy.
Good.
Yeah,
That is part of the point of this is to help women to realize they are pretty Sendy and that they've done a lot of really good things, which you certainly have. So my next question is, do you have, are there any books that you have read recently? And I'm sure they're all Filipino books. I don't know if there's anything you would recommend.
yeah. Well, I've been reading about leadership, books
Okay.
about leadership because this is my first time to handle more than 200 people. So
Wow.
I have to be knowledgeable about how to handle people. So I've been reading those books. I I'm reading uh, a Filipino novel. It's
Okay.
it's called "I'll Wait for You in Heaven" in Tagalog. Antayin
Uh-huh.
kita sa langit. Yes. I am what do you call a
Hopeless romantic. Is
hopeless
that what it is?
romantic. That's right. Yes,
There
yes,
you go.
yes, yes. So,
I love
so
it. I'm a bit of
yeah,
a hopeless romantic too. I like
you
reading
are.
in books too.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes,
for
yeah,
sure. Okay, what about a TV show or a documentary that you
yeah.
watch?
Well, me and my husband, we were watching these athletes,
Hmm.
that uh, are now very successful.
Okay.
But then when they were in their childhood, it was also very hard. They grew up in a poor family, so we always watch this every night, and I just cannot remember their names because they're too hard to pronounce. But
Okay.
watching this kids grow up and being trained to
Hmm.
be runners and basketball players. And yeah, we enjoy that very much. See them to become very successful athletes. It made us feel that all the time when I think the reason why we enjoy it because we can empathize because we had
Yes.
the same experience.
That is really cool. Yeah. And well, and you're part of that too. Like it's very fulfilling to watch people make good choices in their lives that leads to having a successful life, right? And
That's
you get to
right.
be part of that in your work, what you're doing, with helping these
That's
children
right.
to give them an opportunity to actually
Yes.
make something of themselves. And
Right. Who
that's pretty
knows?
exciting.
One of the 7,000 children can become our next uh, Philippine president, right? Who
Could
knows?
be. Who
Yeah.
knows? Yeah, I
Yeah.
know well, I just look at where you and Richard have been in your lives, going from this very poor background to reading books about leadership, and leading 200 people. That's amazing. That is huge, and that is inspiring. And that's why I really wanted to interview you, because you are so
Well,
inspiring. You've
thank
done so
you.
many great things. So all right. So the next question I usually ask is about a charity or a nonprofit that you support. So I know Rise and Rebuild, but I don't know. Are there other ones that you
Oh
support as
yes,
well?
yes. We have. I support Kaagapay. This is my friend who was awarded to be the a national hero. Oh no, no, not national hero, but Kagawad, uh, Gawad ng award. It means she's one of the best government teachers in the Philippines who takes care of more than 200 children. So my friends, all of my friends, we would gather together, gather our resources, and support these 200 children. We buy school supplies for them, weekly pocket money. We buy shoes
Mhm.
for them. We make sure that they come to school. So we are about more than 20 in our friends community. So we take care of 200 children.
That's
It's
amazing.
yeah, it's again, that's another reminder for me that I'm doing something good and gives me joy. It's important to have partnerships. I think it's one big thing that we're doing right now to expand. I mean,
Yeah,
we need partnerships for sure. Thank
absolutely.
you.
Is there something that you try to do every day?
Oh yes, I have of course. I do prayers every day for sure. Read my scriptures for sure, but I make sure that my kids are okay. Um, my kids know that I'm here all the time. My husband knows that I will support him all the way. That's all I do every day, and I make sure that we have enough um, produce for my 7,000 children. Yeah, and I make sure that the people that I oversee are managed well. I make sure that all the issues, even the tiniest issues, are addressed. So that's my kind of everyday.
It's about the relationships, like with your children and everything. Do you text with them or talk to them on the phone every day then?
Yes,
Or see
yes,
them?
I do. Yesterday I told my son, I hope you're not tired of me texting you, right? Because I do that a lot. So my son is very, very nice, very kind to tell me, what are you talking about? I mean, I want you to text me whenever you want to text me, and it's okay. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, and
very
it's
sweet.
it's the love, and you can feel that from you, Trixie. Like really, I think, I can see that you must have a loving family, because that's all you can do. That's who you are. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's my
beautiful.
dream. I mean, I haven't had those. I mean, the kind of family that I wanted. So
Yeah.
it's my desire, and it's my dream come true to be able to give my children what I didn't have when I was growing up.
Yeah, to provide that with for them. Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes it takes watching somebody else do it poorly to make a decision determination. That's not going to be me. And I think
that's right.
that's what
Yeah,
you've done.
yeah. I want to be the best mom for my
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, beautiful. Are there any recommendations you can give for people who want to be more sendy, that want to take more risks?
Yeah, I think being scared should not stop you from doing things, because I think every one of us has something that we're afraid of, right? We just have to try and see for yourself that and be able to um, realize that uh, it's not actually that scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I remember this one. I remember when I was a young mom, I had to help my husband work while I was working from 8 to 5 job. I have a
Hmm.
store at the market where we sell pork and chicken and fish. I have to go out every 3 a.m. in the morning. It's the most scary thing that I've ever done. Yeah, at 3
Yes.
a.m. I imagine going out at 3 a.m. riding my own motorbike because I didn't have a car back then,
Wow.
and making sure that we have enough to sell. So I do that. I did that for more than 4 or 5 years. So yeah, and I thought to myself, oh, that wasn't so scary because I did it.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
a lot of my friends told me that it's really scary to go out during 3 a.m. in the morning because it's not safe
Yeah.
out there. Yeah. So it's
Yes.
you make yourself do things that you're scared, and then you realize that it's not that scary.
That's right. So necessity breeds some courage sometimes. So as you have to do things,
Correct.
you
Yeah,
learn to
I
be a
love
little bit
that.
more courageous. Yeah,
I
I
love
love
that.
that.
It's a necessity.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I love necessity now
Yeah.
because it makes us brave. Yeah.
It does make us more brave. So, well, thank you so much for being with me on the podcast.
No, thank you.
Do you have a social media account if people wanted to reach out to you at all that they could find, or where could they
I
find
do.
you?
I have Instagram, but I'm not always there. I'm on Facebook all the time. Yeah.
Okay. And
So
just search for Patricia Espinosa. Is that right?
that's
Okay.
right.
I'll put a link to it too. So if people
Oh,
wanted to reach out and just see who you were, I think that's always nice.
thank
So
you, Becky.
I
Thank
have
you.
super enjoyed. I think some of the greatest lessons that I've learned from you is that when hard times come, you push through and you make things happen because you have to. And I think that makes you a courageous person, and to just jump on and say, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to do what the Lord wants me to do is another courageous thing to do. So thank you for being with me today. And I know my Sendy community really appreciates you. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you so much, Becky. Becky, you're wonderful.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you so much. It's been great. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, do something every day that scares you.